Right, hello. Hopefully, people get a notification that I'm on with this. So, right, Flazzy? So, I've played quite a bit of this since last time, I did a stream on this. Because it's a pretty relevant game at the moment. But as I've still got a cold and that, it's not coronavirus, because I've done quite a lot of lateral flow tests, because everybody at work's meant to be doing them. Because lots of people at the moment seem to be getting really bad colds and coughs, I guess because we've been locked down for so long, nobody has a good immune system anymore. So, yeah. Oh, sniper shooting at me. Even my car. But yeah, so, yeah, so I'm not going to bother doing a webcam stream tonight because I doubt you want to see me blow my nose or whatever. The audio will be bad enough. So my car's definitely a lot more upgraded than it was last time people saw me using this on the game. Right, deal with this lot in their cars. I've not seen one for sale for that much. I know they normally go for at least 200 to 300. I think mine was 250 when I got it, but it was pretty much unissued. I suppose if it's bad condition, you might be able to get it for 100 or something, but, yeah, 550 is, I think, a bit too optimistic on the part of the seller. This car's a bit too fast to actually catch up with, so I'll just do this. That's quite a tough car, this one. So it's got 2 layers of armour. There we go. Right, let's go back to doing what I was doing, clearing out that camp. Yeah, it seems like everybody I know's got one at the moment. Like, I guess, like I was saying, because nobody's had a cold or a cough for ages because of everybody isolating due to coronavirus. As soon as everybody goes back to work or whatever, they just get colds really quickly now. And they're like a lot worse than regular colds. You know, a lot of these feel like full-on flu rather than colds in terms of, you know, how bad congestion that is. I mean, I like cheeseburgers just because they're cheap, so you can buy quite a few cheeseburgers for the price of a Whopper. I definitely prefer the Whopper to the Big Mac, but I normally just get cheeseburgers even at McDonald's or Burger King, just because you can get a couple for the price of one of the bigger burgers. The double bacon and cheese is really nice, but that's going to obviously give you quite a lot of cholesterol. Right, so on the map, so when I was last doing it, I was restricted to that bottom section of the map, and I've basically 100%ed the bottom section of the map, other than, like, you know, finding all, like, the loot locations down there. They're, like, little hand icons. But I've done all of the, you know, like, lower the threat level things, like taking out the camps and the, you know, patrols and everything. So now I'm in, like, the north area of the map. So it's not too far off where I get the V8 engine now, because that's in Gastown, you get that. So I'm saying I'm in the later half of the game, but I've put probably 20 odd hours into this in the last like week or two, just messing about, like 100% in the bottom area of the map. Look up the laws in your country, because legally you can't buy a lot of that stuff in a lot of countries at 14. But in a lot of countries, if your parents buy it for you and say it's okay, it's fine. I'll just do this location while I'm here. Let's get the harpoon. Never mind, I'll use the sniper. Bit of a waste of ammo though. You better have some ammo on him, seeing as I've been using the 2 sniper rounds. Oh, 3 sniper rounds, excellent. Right. Didn't mean to catapult my weapon over there, but never mind. These aren't very hard enemies. You'll probably notice as well if you've been watching it from the older streams that my equipment's a lot better now because I've got the fully upgraded stuff where you're basically in military gear. And I do a lot more damage because I've got the sort of, you know, like bulk knuckle dusters on his hands rather than just like whatever the like lower level ones are. Is that more guys turning up? Yeah. Still look up the laws, because obviously you don't want to get done for breaking any laws. But if I remember right, a lot of UK things are if your parents buy it for you, it's alright. But crossbows, I don't know if you can use a crossbow at 14.
You don't look like no war boy. A stray woman.
Anyway, I was collecting the loot from here, wasn't I, before I got interrupted. Well, it doesn't make a difference what type of crossbow it is. All crossbows fall under the same laws, regardless as if it, you know, it's like a pistol crossbow or a full-size crossbow. It's still going to be restricted to the same age ratings in the law. Oh, that's annoying, Alex, but happy birthday. I suppose it depends what courier they put it on, doesn't it? Because obviously if on a lot of couriers, they're not very good at getting you stuff. But saying that, if it's a Sunday, most places do not deliver on a Sunday full stop, unless you're paying for premium service.
These unholy camps are everywhere.
Right, let's use a sniper here where I'm not going to be interrupted as much.
Get your piston down, sharpshooter.
Got a lot of snipers in this game. Is that another, right there? Yeah, I see that guy's behind the, well, as I've said, the ARFAs are kind of broken old bits of plastic now, because of how they made them. So if you've got an ARA that's ARFA that smells weird, that's probably because it's just long since not really a mask anymore. I still can't see that guy. Are they going to come up here or are they going to ignore me? Let's take a shot here and see if he's there. No. Maybe he's around the other side, but I can still see him. Alright, let's just drive up normal. Alright, Nick. So the update on me is I've had a busy weekend at work. I've still got a cold and a cough, but loads of people I work with have, so everybody's having to do like daily lateral flow tests now to check they are just colds and not corona. Ah, yeah, that's why he's on the other side of the thing. What else have they got in terms of defences? That, I need to go down there. I'll get the scarecrow while I'm here. go. Let's go in and have a look at this camp then. The MP5 is much better, but bear in mind, lots of people sell the French masks calling them MP5s. But I've done a video showing you the difference between the MP5 and the French one. The Polish MP5 is essentially a license of the French mask, but all the parts used are far better quality, so it doesn't, you know, fall to complete shit within like 5 to 10 years like the French mask does, because it's not made out of like the cheapest possible materials. Beat these guys to death and then see what else is in here. Yeah, but unfortunately it's not even like kids carrying knives. Just because of like gangland idiots in general, it puts a lot of stigma on even if you have a knife for like sensible uses. Like if you carry some sort of, you know, like little bushcraft knife, like not like even Swiss Army knives now, some people think are like threatening, sadly. But yeah, it's just idiots ruin it for everybody with all that sort of stuff, because it's like you know how strict are the rules and laws are now on even like little lock knife type things that wouldn't even be very sensible if you were trying to use it, you know, as a weapon. You know, something that is just essentially a tool, but it's really restricted now in the same way as if it was like, you know, a 15-inch hunting knife or something, just because the politicians are like, oh no, it's a knife, so therefore it's a knife. I did, and they've been doing the scummy thing, not Rockstar themselves, but Take-Two, the publisher, already doing the scummy thing again of trying to take down lots of fan mods for the original GTA games. Because they're doing the whole thing of, oh, but if people can have access to the mods, then they might not buy our new game. So that Vice City mod I was playing a few weeks ago, they've taken that down again. So I just, you know, my opinion is that if you can get that mod on a pirate website now, just get it, because Take-Two are fucking over, you know, like I said, I absolutely hate publishers that do this sort of stuff, where they go after mods claiming it's like copyright infringement, where you can't even play the mod unless you're in the game anyway. Is that everything on this floor? Yeah, yeah, they don't, or they just don't care about the laws, even if, you know. Yeah, if you're gonna get stabbed by some random punk, it's gonna be with a kitchen knife 9 times out of 10. Yet sadly, the laws don't reflect that, so it's still just as easy to buy random kitchen knives. Not that it should be restricted, but yeah, they're making it harder and harder to own like collector's knives and that. Not that anybody would ever use that, you know, type of thing. But I'll go back to looking at the chat when I've dealt with these guys. It's the quad-barreled shotgun. I don't know if there's a way I can get it out without him shooting it. Hang on a second. Oh yeah, I just right-click, don't I? Right, let's see if I can get the camera... Oh, no, he does the... Has he got out? Yeah, he has. Okay, so it's... Let's see if I can get the camera looking at it. It's... Yeah, so it's a... Oh, look, there's not actually any shells in it. But yeah, it's a quad-barrel shotgun. So yeah, it's just you can obviously shoot it 4 times before you need to reload. But it's generally pretty damn useful if you go into a thing where there's a crowd of enemies, because sometimes you can take down quite a few of them if they're close enough together with a single shot. Oh yeah, this is one where it's connected to the other tower, isn't it? Let me just check for scrap in here before I go across, and I might as well take a weapon with me. Oh yeah, I definitely want the ammo. So I use quite a lot of sniper ammo killing all the guards here. Did I check this building? No.
Outrun it.
I'll have to have a look at doing that next time, Nick. Is that in the OBS settings somewhere? I'm assuming that I need a higher bitrate, do I, because of the fact that I'm streaming it at 4K now rather than streaming it at 1080p or whatever? But yeah, I'll have to look into that next time I start a stream, because I don't think in OBS you can actually do that mid-stream. I think you have to stop it, don't you, before you can, Are guys coming up to fight me, or are they just wandering around downstairs? Oh yeah, there we go. Right, there's only 8 more enemies left in this place, apparently, when I find them. But let me go look what was up there before I carry on. Alright, cool. Bear in mind my internet still isn't that good, Nick. But yeah, just send me a post on Discord on like what the settings should be. But yeah, like I say, the problem I mostly have with this internet at the moment is a lot of the time the connection speed, especially for uploads, isn't great. Because I'm still in a place where if you went a mile down the road, you'd suddenly get like 20 times the speed I get in either direction. But annoyingly, where I am, it's one of those places like, oh, we can't be bothered to put the latest cables there, even if we've got several thousand customers for broadband. You know, your village doesn't quite meet the size requirements of, what, like Virgin or BT roll it out on. What, as in the PMG gas mask? It was just meant to be a lightweight infantry mask, so in theory I think it was meant to replace the Shum 41, but whether I'm assuming it's one of those things where the Soviets never liked the design enough to mass produce it and stop mass producing the Shum 41. Well, I mean, it's really mass produced, but I'm sure you know what I mean. The sort of thing, you know, where it was probably as a complete replacement sort of mask of the Shum 41, and it never really became that. Because it wasn't long before the PMG2 came along.
Did it die too? Beauty.
Yeah, Nick. When I next do a members stream, give me your Discord ID because I won't be in the game that way, and I can just add you that way. But yeah, I've actually got a server, but again, it's the problem is with the server is we had loads of people coming on it to cause trouble at one point, so I ended up stopping at one point, giving out invitations to people. But people I know on here are all right, so you know, especially if I've given them mod status or whatever. But yeah, it's easier when I'm doing a stream where I can actually interact with people, you know, by typing rather than just trying to play a game. I guess that's just a blocked entrance. Yeah, my upload is probably similar to that, Flazzy. My download, at least, is quite alright. It's just my upload is pretty crap. Like, when I upload YouTube videos, it normally takes like 20 to 30 minutes to upload a 1080p sort of 5 to 10 minute video. Right, where's the next place I need to go to in here then, if all the entrances are barricaded off? Okay, so that was one of the entrances. I assume I just need to go upstairs somewhere. So there's still 2 scrap, an insignia, and a survey crew part to find in here, plus 7 enemies somewhere. Right, so we definitely don't need to go anywhere else down here. It's just going to be upstairs somewhere, and then probably another little building. Or a little platform I didn't find. Just working all weekend, Dan, with this cold. So work have been insisting everybody at the moment does lateral flow tests every day. Because of how many people have been coming down with just coughs and colds at the moment. But it's still not corona according to the tests. Like everybody else I'm working with, apparently it's just bad colds. Yeah, that's where you've been, because there's dead people. Up here. I assume that leads to the same platform, but right. Assume this is a place I've already been. Oh wait, no it isn't, okay. Oh, I see, the bridge was on like a lower level. Alright, that makes sense. Is that all of them? One guy left somewhere, apparently. Oh, he's over there. He's stuck on something. Okay. So I've got 3 things left to find here. There's the insignia. I'm assuming there's going to be at least one thing in there. The explosion, there's a gas can there, that's easy. What's Vigor about then? Alright, cool, and there's my last item. Yeah, I think that's the problem with a lot of this stuff, isn't it? It's the affordability of a lot of it. Because, yeah, there's weird things, isn't there, where in some places you can get awful landlines and good mobile, or, like, vice versa. But some of my friends live in a place where, like, you can get, really, really good cable internet speeds, like fibre optic speeds, but you still get really, really patchy mobile speed, like, internet speeds, you know, where 4G is a rarity where they are. So it's just, again, that's the kind of weird thing with a lot of the broadband here, isn't it? It's sort of how patchy it actually is. Battle Royale, not interested. I don't really mind the idea of a Battle Royale game, it's just never been my thing. I've been playing quite a lot of Wargame Red Dragon again at the moment, because they put the South Africa DLC out, which is quite fun. So it's got me back into that again. But I can't do any videos on that because I've got a YouTube strike from doing a video on Wargame, apparently for hate speech. Because, you know, video games are hate speech, even when they're like 12 plus games or something. I don't know, and they never let me appeal it, so, you know. It sounds sort of interesting, but yeah, again, if it's a Battle Royale sort of game, I'm not really that interested. Oh dear. I really need that V8 engine on this to go a lot faster. Because the cars in this part of the map are quite dangerous. Oh, they've also got pretty grindy tyres on their car, haven't they? Yeah, my car's not having a good day. I seriously need that V8 engine. Right, let me use that little bit as cover from the cars. Yeah, it's the fact as well, Litter Picker, that, you know, it does the thing of, it's both censorship in terms of comments, like I've been saying on a couple of recent videos, I've tried to reply to comments and then they just disappear when you go to reply to them. So there's that, and it's also, you know, getting a strike from an automated bot that you essentially can't appeal, because YouTube instantly tells you, oh no, you know, it was a valid strike, when nobody's clearly looked at it. For literally like a video game, where I guess it can't tell the difference between a video game and real life. So, you know, maybe I shouldn't be playing this, but, you know. But it's just awful, like, a lot of these systems. What's Road 96 about then, Nick? Anyway, do I have a current objective at the moment? Because that's a Wasteland mission. The one down there. Oh good, my objective actually is in Gastown. Right, let me just go straight to Gastown to see about getting that V8. I think I have to do some sort of Thunderdome thing then in Gastown, if I remember right when I last played this. 2-man enter, 1-man leave. Or whatever it is. There's a buzzard tunnel down there. Let me just go see if there's a unique vehicle in there, because sometimes they have unique vehicles in those. I've already been here. So yeah, there's a vehicle in here. So the last time I picked it up, it didn't save it in my garage. So I'll go get that now. Yeah, the problem is, Cornholio, that if you get caught doing that, you can get done for owning a firearm illegally. So, do you potentially want to risk being done under the same laws for owning a gun? Because you made your air rifle a bit more powerful by, you know, putting something combustible in the barrel. I know exactly what dieseling is, and I might say it's good fun if you did it and nobody knew you were doing it. But because of how our laws work, you don't ever want to get caught doing it, and you certainly don't do a video on it. Because if you do a video on it, you've basically shown the police you've made a firearm, and then they can fucking throw the book at you. So, don't be a dumbass and do a video on dieseling air rifles. Unless you may be dieseling something like a Red Ryder, and you know it's still not going over 12 foot-pounds. That sounds interesting. There was a game on Steam I saw recently that I like the look of. I think I've got on my wish list, even though it looks like one of those sort of indie games without much to it. And that was just like a post-apocalyptic driving game where I don't think you ever meet other people in it. You know, you just drive your car around and refuel it, kind of thing. Right. Can I go to Deep Fryer's? Yeah, because if so, I can hand my car in there, but I don't know if it will work. Right, let's look. It's got a better engine on this than my current car. Right, yeah, I still need to go into the next territory. There we go. Yeah, well, it's the fact that a lot of it, like you're saying, litter picker can get taken down or given a strike without it just being, like, you know, a balance of information. Because I know there's lots of channels now where they say they can't even discuss stuff to do with COVID because they don't want to risk getting a strike. You know, even if they're not really saying anything controversial. And especially because with something like COVID, the information changes constantly. Like, remember when it was a conspiracy theory to say COVID came out of a lab, and now that's kind of the widely accepted theory? Right, am I able to go in here yet? Yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Right, it better not have deleted my bloody car from outside, because otherwise I'm going to have to go back and get it again. Son of a bitch. What is it at the moment with the fucking... I suppose it's for the first time I've been to them, but that happened with the last person's base. I went to get, like, a car there, and then as soon as I took it to the thing, like, a cutscene triggered, and then I'd lost my car again. Right, I'm not going to bother getting that back now. I'll do it next time I buy that tunnel. That sounds about right, Nick, with how it works. Although if I remember who Destiny is, isn't he a bit of a prick anyway? But yeah, you shouldn't get a strike just for the fact he's debunking somebody else's video. Yeah, and especially if the other video's still up, that's crazy.
Makes Gas Town a little less bad, huh? Less pukes to breakfast around here.
Yeah, well, we don't have access to the information, do we? But from what I understand, is that the US is paying for gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology to do with coronaviruses. It's a pretty big coincidence, isn't it? And then Fauci and all that lot were like, oh no, we never did this stuff. And then they got caught doing that stuff. Really makes you think. So Deep Fry's territory barely has any like hostile stuff in it. I suppose it's because it's only one little segment, isn't it? That's why. Because yeah, most of these things take like hours to fully lower the threat level. Well, the problem is, Little Picker, we might get another thing like COVID if we don't find out and certain people aren't held responsible. Yeah, like I say, the thing is, especially if somebody's correct, even if they're a dick, like, it still stands to reason that their argument's correct, and I still don't think anybody should get a strike for reasons they don't deserve it. Like, obviously, you should get a strike because you've broken a clearly defined rule, not because of the fact that a strike's been handed out to you and then you can't appeal it, essentially. You know, that's my policy on a lot of these sort of things. Like, I can completely get why you might be thrown off a platform if you've done really illegal stuff on other platforms, and then the company is just like, no, we don't want you here, because, you know, you've got a reputation that, you know, you cause trouble everywhere. Like, why terrorist accounts shouldn't be allowed on various platforms, but, you know, the Taliban are allowed on Twitter, but Trump isn't. It's a bit weird, that.
Fresh meat for the grinder. Straight from the unforgiving wastes.
I want to join the races.
You see that slate? You put your mark on it. Then I'll put you in the murder dome. You work the blood and gut circuit for a couple of years. Survive it. Make champion. Then maybe I can start grooming you for the shot in the races.
No time, Jawbone. I need to join the races now.
Okay. Maybe we can find a spot for a man of your temperament. Yeah. In return for a favor. A very dangerous, possibly suicidal favor. Eh? See these? These are lights.
Oh, is this the mission I need to go into the buzzard, lair, isn't it? This is a really good mission.
A very desperate man were to fetch me some new ones. You follow me, Wastelander?
You want new bulbs?
I want new ladies! Yeah! I want a lot of them! I asked them all! The gangbangers, the torpedoes, the newsmen, but no one would help me! Because they don't have the stones for buzzard country.
Yeah, it's that mission. Right, it's a really good mission now. The airport.
You follow this, and you'll get to the underdue. Bon voyage!
I think, Little Picker, it's more the fact that if you have a biolab that's doing really dodgy stuff, it's not going to be long before they do something really serious. Because the whole point with a lot of these biological labs is they're meant to be under very, very strict conditions. So if you have ones operating not to standards, it's the same as having a massive nuclear reactor when those safety precautions are met. if that makes sense.
This is good news.
Alright, is there any equipment I can get? Ah, garages. So, exhausts. I can get a new exhaust for 300. Might as well, because I've got loads of spare scrap at the moment, because I've been locked out of upgrades for a while from doing other stuff. And the Thunderpoon can be upgraded. Okay, so the next Thunderpoon upgrade, Deep Fryer to level 1. I'll get that in a minute, because that will be quite easy to do. And the next exhaust is Pink Eye, so I won't bother doing the Pink Eye one yet.
You're in the races.
Right, let's just tear down more scarecrows here, or whatever I have to do.
You know the place called the Underdew.
My angel. I wish I didn't.
I actually really don't know, because if you're on about which bird flu, because obviously the bird flu that killed loads of people, the Spanish flu was a bird flu. But do you mean the bird flu from like a decade or two ago? Because again, that was dangerous, but nobody locked down for that. It was one where, you know, it wasn't taken very seriously. And, you know, there was stuff done for it, but again, I got that bird flu when it was around, that one. It was no worse for me than a regular flu. You know, I'm not saying that certain people would be killed by it, but, you know, for me it was one of those things of, oh, I got mildly ill with, you know, a mild flu. You know, I got a week off school, which I thought was better at the time than, you know, actually, you know, that was far better than going to school, I felt at the time. But if that's the right flu I'm thinking of. Because I think that particular bird flu, wasn't that the one where they rushed out, not a vaccine for it, but some other kind of medicine that ended up being more harmful for a lot of people than, like, the flu itself? That's the thing that we'll never know, will we? That's the thing. I'd like to know where it came from, but I don't think we ever will. Just getting to repair the car a minute.
Let me do my stuff.
That'd be good enough. Right, so there's a scarecrow there I want to get. No, there's a big pipe in my way. Okay. Is this meant to be like a big landfill site, this entire area? Kind of looks like it. Let's test out the new Thunderpoon if I've got 10 of them. Guess it'll probably need 2 to take down Scarecrow, maybe? No, more than that. I won't waste any more if the next one doesn't get it. No, I'll just pull it down with my harpoon. I think you can destroy those with explosives, I just think it takes ages. Or maybe it's the other version of these things. Right, so somewhere over here there's another Scarecrow. I guess probably this road or the other one. I'm just going to do that and then we'll do the mission that I'm on, because it's a really good mission. Right, Joshua? Yeah, well, also bear in mind, when any sort of asbestos filter was brand new, it wasn't dangerous. Because asbestos is completely harmless unless you inhale it. So the danger of asbestos comes from over time it degrading. Asbestos is actually a really good material, it's just a shame it's so bad for anything that inhales it. But yeah, like, I'm sure most people, if you were given the option of dying in a nuclear, biological or chemical attack, or risking lung cancer later in your life, you would pick the option of lung cancer later in your life. But bear in mind that they weren't dangerous at the time when they first came out, because of the fact that the filters were all in good condition. And again, one breath through it isn't going to give you lung cancer, but why risk it for no reason? That's my point. Because the filter's not going to give you very good protection anymore because of its age.
Not roadkill. Buzzards. It's a vile maze of dread. We can't go.
No alternative.
This game actually has really nice skyboxes when it came out. Come here, lizard. Can't see.
And in the end, we were all taken.
Yeah, is that just due to its age, Nick? And obviously, because I know with like CPUs as well, after a while you need to like re-thermal them, don't you? But I suppose if it's really good brand thermal paste and it's aged a bit, it's going to give you a massive performance boost, isn't it? Come back here, rat.
I was the kindest black sugar.
Compared to the M14, the AK by a mile. If you mean M16, and the M16 I'd say is better than the original AK. But bear in mind, the M14 had lots of problems. It was completely unfit for US service when it entered service. And there's a really interesting bit of US history if you look up how the M14 was adopted and the FAL was rejected for US service. And then the US sabotaging the AR-15 M16 program, you know, to then decide to eventually go with the M16.
Look how it hit home.
Oh dear. Right, before I go for that tunnel, I just want to see if there's any other scarecrows or anything around here to pull down. Oh, minefields, I can't deal with them without the dog. Technically you can, but it's really slow going to deal with them. You just have to go through them constantly until you blow up all the mines. Is that the north of the map? Ah, right. Oh, I'll just go into the buzzard territory now. Can I do the other garage upgrade? Oh, good, I can. So it doesn't matter. Right, Thunderpoon. Right, we'll do the Thunderpoon of Rapture. A word you don't hear every day. And what do I need to get the highest level Thunderpoon upgrade? Right, actually do a mission. So yeah, we can't do that yet anyway. Regardless. Which one's the AK-12? Is that one of the more modern versions of the AK, or is that the shotgun version? Because if it's the shotgun version, then the M16 will win by a mile, because it's actually a rifle.
We've come through.
If it's a modern AK, it's hard to say. I assume it's in 545, is it? Because there's something about AK-74s I really like, so if it's a modern AK-74, I'd probably love it. But both like modern M16s and modern AKs are brilliant rifles.
And everyone a possible trove for treasure. A man could go mad dreaming of it.
No detours. We follow this road or risk getting lost forever.
Go for it! Kill!
Oh, there's actually some music in this bit of the game. I'm just here for your scrap. I thought most of these areas always had a basement bit in the dunes. Unless I just completely missed the one from that one I was just walking around. Was there a thing in here and I just missed it? Oh yeah, that's where it was. I completely just missed it sitting here. Right. I mean, I doubt you're ever going to get a realistic zombie virus, but oh, you actually have to jump in this bit. Oh, there we go. There aren't many bits in the game where you actually have to use the jump.
We all thought survival was a game. Very few crossed the finish line.
There's quite a lot of petrol stations near me where you can get fuel, but again, it's not consistent. It's like one of those things where some days it's alright, some days it isn't. If that makes sense. So basically it's, as long as you're not really low on fuel, it's not a problem, because you just, you know, on your daily commuting or whatever, you just pick up fuel, you know, when you pass a petrol station that's got it in. But if you're really low on fuel, that's where it's more of an issue. Because obviously if you're using fuel to drive to a petrol station, only to then find out that they don't have any in, then you're in a bit of trouble. But isn't there now panic buying of basic supermarket shit again, because of the idiots that just can't, you know, normally buy stuff?
That must be it. Up ahead.
The M16 is actually better than the AK for keeping dirt out of it in the first place. It's just AKs are very simple to strip and clean. There's some good in-range videos where they test various weapon platforms by basically submerging them in mud, and you'd be surprised how well M16s or AR-15s cope with being submerged in mud compared to their reputation. Because lots of guns have the issue as soon as mud gets into them, you're in a lot of trouble, whereas sort of very high tolerance guns like M16s are very good at keeping the mud out in the first place. But again, once mud gets in, then you know, that's where you run into real issues.
Harpoons ready, Saints.
Alright, so this is one of the really cool missions in this game. Where is it? Said, oh, you've got a bio for the airport, but I've opened it and there's nothing there. Ah, there we go.
Mystical sphere. What manner of pagan temple once stood?
Focus. We're here for the balls.
But yeah, there's only 2 missions in the airport, if I remember, in the full, like the full of this entirety of the game. But
What crouching horrors await us in that gloom?
Keep your eyes open. And your voice down.
yeah, this is a really fun mission.
This is not right, ain't right, it ain't right to bring them back to Lawrence into this wicked hole. This will surely be our way. Blood-hungry buzzards and their grim traps. Be wary.
Yeah, well that's the thing, if you're somebody who's not trained to use a gun really or clean it, that's why guns like AKs are very popular, because when you get them dirty they're very easy to clean. Obviously, yeah, if you're a well-trained army you want something that just runs really well full stop, even if you do have to strip it. But obviously, even with good tolerance guns, there are some that are, you know, come apart in less pieces to clean, which is obviously a good thing, because you don't want to ever lose a part if you're stripping a gun down.
Watching us. If we cannot lower that bridge, we will go no further.
I'll do it. Stay here.
Oh, but hurry. I feel their red eyes upon us.
Why don't we attack? Study. Let's get out of here then.
Yeah, Iraq War shouldn't have happened. I mean, Saddam was a dickhead. You know, and I don't think anybody feels bad for the fact Saddam was killed, but yeah, the country was probably even worse state now than it was then. But yeah, Afghanistan, we shouldn't have gone in. Iraq, we shouldn't have gone in.
It's big.
So, the cavernous belly of the underdog. Oh, these murky hollows and holes. They were once filled with older worldly goods and treasure. Now empty.
go deeper. Until we find what we came for.
Holes and hollows. I hear them scurrying below like deadly bugs.
All is looted here too. Gotta keep on.
It never ends.
There. The boulders.
Oh, joy! Oh, the ladies. We get no seat. Bring them back to the outlying big bag and gas
Don't
truck.
have to drive past this bit. Ah, yeah. Oh, no, that's a dead end.
Not by car anyway.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's a staircase. I'll go up. Right. Let's get the car in position for a quick escape.
Oh, tread lightly.
Which mission are you thinking of, Cornholio? Because I really like the original Gears of War, but I can't think which mission you mean. It says the ones in the mines, aren't there? I don't think you really mean that, because you're not really escaping in the mines one, is it? All the mines mission is going in to plant the resonator, or whatever it's called. Do you mean the bit where you're escaping that giant monster that wasn't in the original release of the game, but they did in the PC release and the remaster? That one? It shouldn't, because I'm playing Mad Max, unless YouTube's reverted it to Grand Theft Auto, because I've done a previous stream on that. I suppose this is Grand Theft Australia. Oh, that helps. Put my torch on. Maggots, but I'm not hungry. Oh yeah, the krill ones. I know the ones you mean, where you have to stay in the light, yeah. And all the krill just swarm down and kill you. I can kind of see it, but you're not really underground, are you, in that one? But yeah. I know the bit you mean, when you cross the bridge and the krill come out, and then you've got all of the, yeah, bits you have to keep the light, and then you have to get the thing from the gas station. Yeah. Don't want to miss my scrap, because this is one of the few places in the game I can't remember if you can come back to. You can get into the airport, but I can't remember if you can get in all these sort of areas.
Where are you running?
I think that's the last of the scrap for now. There we go. Oh no, not mannequins.
Mannequins. The store. Gotta be this way. Should be getting close.
There's lots of games like that where the originals are better in a lot of ways than the remakes. The soundtrack's much better in Gears of War 1 than any of the sequels. It's that stupid thing where they had a composer that did a good job for the soundtrack in Gears of War 1, and then they essentially just fired him for the sequel. You know, like, oh, you did a good job, but we're just going to hire somebody else to do the sequel.
There should be
It could have been, but I sort of doubt that because it was a smaller composer. They basically hired a Hans Zimmer imitator for the sequel. That, you know, had more IMDb credits, so I doubt it was that. I assume it was just kind of the thing of, you know, oh, because we've got a higher budget sequel now, we want, like, more star appeal on the credits. I played Stalker before on streams. Right, I need to concentrate now. Shit. Let's just try that new Thunderpoon, shall we? Yeah, that works pretty well. I do not want to break down here. She's supposed to harpoon though. Is he still alive? Right, let me park under here where they probably can't Molotov me while he repairs the car. I don't want to get out from under the bridge because I'll probably have a Molotov thrown down on me. Is that one going to get out his car or not? No. Right, anyway, that's repaired now, so... Oh no, here he comes. There we go.
Praise be saint! We made it! We got the lighties for the loudmouth and we still draw breath! Let's hurry back to Gastown and deliver!
He better be ready.
No, not in reality. You can wear body armor on top of NBC suits, but that's just to make you even more heavy and uncomfortable. Yeah, exactly as Litterpicker says, you can just stick armor. Right, while I'm here, because I've basically done that mission, all I need to do is return to the guy now. I want to see if I can find a secret area down here. There's a secret area where you can go from that bit to that bit of the map. And I did go and look at it before I unlocked this area. But you can only get into one side of it, whereas in theory now, I should be able to go from like each end of the map. You can fast travel in this, which is I more want to see what it's like. If anybody's wondering, I'll be on for another 20 minutes or so. Because at least playing a game stream, you don't get as sort of worn out as when you're doing a webcam stream, so you're not constantly like looking for stuff to pick up and talk about. I should hopefully stream tomorrow as well. Don't know if I'm doing a webcam stream or a game stream. I'll see how I feel with the cold and everything, because you don't want to see me with a runny nose constantly. It'd be like the Blair Witch Project. Is that anything I can look at down there? Or is that just a random... Oh yeah, that's the scavenging location. Oh, I see. So those are houses buried in the sand. While I'm here... Down we go. Definitely don't want to drop down this ladder. So that's a little kid's bedroom, is it here? They don't have little dicks drawn on them, do they? No, good. Otherwise you think I was just a pedo's house. It's all a scrap, but I might as well have a look while I'm in here. Is that a dead buzzard or a sleeping buzzard? Dead one, I guess.
Can't believe this kind of crowd once meant anything but a riot.
It's not really a bunker if it's a house buried in sand, but I guess it works like a bunker, doesn't it? Yeah, this is why I think the Dunes region is my favourite bit of the map, just because it's very atmospheric compared to a lot of the game. Because most of it is, yeah, weird kind of preserved things, a bit like Fallout. Does it say there's still time? There is still time. What sort of filters he got on there then? Is that actually like a proper filter? Kind of looks like it. Oh, what's the binocular button? It's the canteen. So there's actually a binocular button, isn't there? Oh, there we go, one. Alright, that's quite blurry, but yeah, it does look like that's a proper filter, actually. Even if his mask is like a homemade sort of mask. Yeah, because the mask's just like a scarecrow sort of cloth mask. Hope you're doing alright then, John Rambo, if you've got corona. Like I said, I don't know if I got corona at all when I was, what's that? Kill fruit? Oh, it's just a rat. Anyway, that wasn't the area I was looking for, because there's a thing which isn't marked around that region of the map, where there's like a massive underground buzzard sort of lair that I've got into, but it doesn't mark it on the map even when you find it. As I said, because unless you find it when you've unlocked the dunes, I don't think it lets you walk through it. Like, there's a barrier at one end when I looked last time. Because I saw people online that like, oh, if you go in this place early in the game, it lets you skip, you know, to this area, but it doesn't, because it just doesn't let you, you know, like, get through any of the bits, if that makes sense. It just does a thing where, oh, we might have found it by accident here. That'd be a complete fluke if I put the marker exactly where it is, but I think we found it. Right. There we go. So yeah, a lot of people don't even know this is in the game. If yeah, this is the place. But yeah, when I came here before, there was a sealed door there, so you couldn't actually get to that bit. Ah, you have to kick down the ladder. That's why. Ah, yeah. So all I saw before was the stuff on this level. So yeah, you, contrary to popular opinion, you can't use this to skip further in the game. Depends what you mean by a proper job. Because recently lots of people didn't call lorry drivers proper work, and we realised how screwed we are about them. I always thought it was a proper job, but you know. Ah, you see, this was the bit I found thinking that was the exit. But yeah, it's just because you have to kick down a ladder. So yeah, if I show you what happens is if you go in one direction, right, I think it's if you go over all the bridges that way, you can get out into the desert around there somewhere. But if you go the other way, there's a car which you can drive out of a tunnel. So yeah, you then drive this out there, and you come out in the, yeah, proper job is a good drink. So yeah, now we're out in this bit of the map. Ah, we're not technically yet according to that, so we have to drive a bit further. Still not showing us on the main bit of the map. Yeah, because it's technically the big empty, isn't it, this bit of the map? It's just not a bit of the big empty that kills you. There we go, look, we're back on the proper map. So yeah, for anybody that didn't know, there's like a buzzard sort of underground lair that connects these two bits of the map that's never marked on the map. But unlike people have said, where they're like, oh, you can use it to get to that part of the map early, you can't, because you have to kick down a ladder, which we just found out from the stream. Yeah, litter picker, because remember back when I was saying that you needed a mask that actually offered respiratory protection? Again, although regular masks are going to work like a hanky over your face, you know, they are going to cut down the amount of snot and stuff people throw out, for actual doctors they needed FFP3 masks, which are even better than N95s. You know, you always pick the most sensible option. You don't say, actually, you know, we'll go with the least sort of, you know, the cheapest thing possible. Yeah, it's funny how that advice changes. You know, the very first thing they said masks didn't work full stop. So, you know, they were even saying, like, doctors don't need masks, when they clearly did. Alright, Rich? I've been on for quite a while already, Rich, so I won't be on too much longer. Right, we'll go to Jeet's stronghold, just because I'll be able to fill up all my, like, water ammo and everything else while I'm there. Can I fast travel while on the mission? Oh yeah, it does let me fast travel. Okay, so I'll just fast travel then and I'll fast travel back to Gastown. There's another side mission from him. Yeah, at least that's refilled all my ammo now because I fully upgraded his base. Can I fast travel without actually having to get in my car? Gas tank? Yeah, we can. Good.
Don't come closer, Waster.
My ladies! I'll sparkle for miles! You're still alive.
And now I'm joining the races.
Looks like you earned it. Let's see. That could work. Oh. Just have a little accident. And presto! A new contestant! What's your handle, lady boy? One more thing. You need a partner. Someone cleared for fighting at the Gastown races. Well, not too many left to choose from. I'd hurry.
Well, like me testing with air freshener, litter picker. Oh, is that the bit I have to do? Alright, I'm not going to bother doing this now, because I think that's where you have to go over there, then do like another quest to get that person, and you can finally do the V8 bit, so I'll do that when I'm not streaming. I'm just wondering if there's anything else worth looking at in the dunes for the time being. Can you fast travel to the airport? Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you're testing a particulate mask, yeah, regular air freshener wouldn't really work because it's smaller than the particle layer in a particle filter. You need, like, you know, a standard, what do you call it, style filter, like the charcoal type stuff. Let's see what that thing is up at, like, the northeast. If American kids are in their 19s, they're not children anymore. Unless you mean 1990s. But if you're 19, you're no longer legally a child. Yeah, I imagine salt would work. Because, I am. Yeah, I have to look into salt stuff for testing masks, because at least you can test a particle filter probably with salt. Not too much further. So it's that random bit is the strap location, I assume. I can't get in the front door. Or is that a bit of the airport there? Ah, I think that's a bit of the airport because of how big the airport is when we're underground. So can I get in here, this scrap location, or is this a location where you can only get to it on one of the missions when you're looting the airport? Ah, I reckon that's one of the airport mission bits there. Let's just see what that is on the ground. It's probably just a dirt texture. It's just a dirt texture. Yeah, so that's something we can't get into at the moment, because I think, yeah, that's going to be one of the bits. Because later on there's a mission in the airport where you go to a different, like, floor of the airport, where it's, like, even further underground. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Cancer. I've completed the game before, so, yeah, it's the one with the girl and the tunnelers, isn't it, that one? I won't say any spoilers. Yeah, it's just because I saw it on the map, I thought it was worth looking at. But... But yeah, like you're saying, it's a bit where you actually go in through the main airport, don't you? And then it's just because of how big the airport is. It's all technically underground in this one area of the game. This one scrap location's up there. This is the one that's in the, like, docking tunnel thing for the plane.
Close territory.
Which is the one I can actually go into. So the entrance is on one of these, but I can't remember which one is actually the one with the door. Unless it is just that one. Ah yeah, yes, because I went there on the other stream, it's just after I looted it, so it didn't show up on the map. Yeah, the old Quakes are good. I like Quake, I like Unreal Tournament and all those. Is this the one with the dog thing in? Because this is one of the best bits of thing you can find in the game. Shouldn't have done his warm-up thing, should he then? Because that gave me a chance to punch him. Oh shit, there's one with a shield. Oh, their shields are really tough, the buzzard ones. But not that tough. What a intellectual comment there. Is that some dinky D? It's some dinky D. I thought that was full, but I thought I already shot a guy, unless that was already refilled somewhere. Yeah, is this the dog one? Ah no, it's not the dog one, this one. I have got a Ushanka, so I guess I could do a review of it when it's actually cold enough to warrant it and see how well it works. I have a feeling I actually wore it a bit last year, and it does keep your head warm. But it's a bit like the bars suits and everything else. Until you get to properly cold weather, you don't want to actually wear them because you'll just get too warm wearing them. Maybe the next one down the road's a dog one. I thought it was one of the things here where you find the, like what sort of monster gives up a dog or whatever he says. Right. So there's still apparently a historical artifact on this one. Is that a thing I can break? No, not that. Oh, maybe I've 100% looted that and it just didn't pop up the thing because the hand icons disappeared. Yeah, you're late and I'm not going to be on very much longer because I've already been on well over an hour tonight.
That means buzzards.
Maybe it's this one. It's definitely one of these aircraft tunnel ones if I remember right. Yep, there we go. So there's a cute dog. And son, after you emancipated yourself from our care, you also emancipated us from Roman. Feel free to pick him up at the pound. They'll put him down next Tuesday should you fail to pick him up. Leaving this endearing printout with your pothead roommate. Let's see if he remembers giving it to you. All my love, Mom. So his mum's a complete fucking bitch.
Who gives a dog away?
Yeah, there we go. Best artifact in the game because those people deserve to die. Yeah, that's one of the ones I always remember in this. Actually, weirdly, that one. I guess it's because I work with rescue animals as well that you do actually sadly get people that will starve and beat dogs because, oh, it was my, like, kid's dog and then I didn't want to look after it. What? What?
Watch out!
I'll do a couple more loot things and I'll finish the stream. I'm working tomorrow and Tuesday. I've got Wednesday off, then I'm working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday again. So at the moment I'm working 6 days a week. And I'll probably end up having a week or two again where I end up working you know, like 11 days straight again if I don't get a day off midweek.
Nobody. There's the concrete.
Oh no, another shield one. Right. Oh, let me get out of here a second. Will they chase me up the surface? If I can even get out of this hole now.
Get the wheels here!
Right, so at least they... I mean, this is going to be quite easy. Are they still not going down? Okay, let's enter the vehicle. I've got a funny idea here. Guess we need a thunder pool. Oh, I should have flame it. Or is that the wrong angle to get the flames down there? Yeah. Probably not quite the right angle either, is it? Is he locked on there? No, he's missing. I guess I need to put the car Like that. Yeah, Chumbucket's a useless shot. I'll deal with him.
I'll keep an eye.
Oh, actually, no, he did get most of them. Ooh, spiky car. Yeah, at least the money's good, Dan. There's always that. It's just a bit annoying when I want to film YouTube videos or do whatever else, you know, that... Like, it was a video I wanted to do Friday to do the last one on the war book for the people that wanted the, you know, war book videos, but then I ended up just being so tired after work that, you know, I never got around to doing it. Assuming there's another bit I can get down there, or is just a gate open from the side or something? Or is that a gate that maybe I can break with the car? Yeah, some of those gates are breakable, aren't they? Anyway, there's another bit of scrap down here somewhere. I see it. So yeah, Wednesday I'll probably do, because I've got the day off Wednesday, I'll probably do my war book video on Wednesday just to get that finished, and then anytime I get a chance I'll do videos on other things, but at least that way I've got the video done for, you know, the one where people kept asking me, can I do a video on something? Can I get in this car? Because it looks like it should be usable, but he doesn't seem to want to get in, which is a bit annoying. Yes, yeah, it's like, weirdly, this is like a prop car, I think. But it's got working wheels, which is weird. Oh well. Doesn't really matter, it's just a bit strange, because normally cars like that, if they're prop ones, you know, they won't move around. Actually, is that a thing I can open there? No, okay. Right, we'll do the last two things down there, and then I'll end the stream. So that's all the marked loot locations on the map. I think there's more, but I said it's just a really interesting area of the map to explore because it's not full of like enemy patrols going around everywhere. It's just kind of like underground caverns filled with, you know, cannibals wearing gas masks, which is kind of more interesting in some ways. But again, I want to watch Fury Road and all the Mad Maxes again now. Guzzly. Is it on top of the bridge, I guess, this scrap thing? Yeah, by the look of it. I'm trying to remember if I owned the Mad Max trilogy on Blu-ray or if it was only Mad Max 2 I bought on Blu-ray and Fury Road. I mean, obviously Mad Max 2 is the one you want the Blu-ray of, but... No, so it's definitely underground, unless it's another airport one where, there's obviously a lot of these where, you know, the airport connects to everything. I'll just have another quick look while I'm here. This might be an airport one, actually. I guess we're not very far away, are we, from the airport here? Is that a sniper in there, or is it just one of them looking up? Doesn't sound like buzzards though. Is that like some other guys hiding in a buzzard's territory, like an overlook sort of one? Yeah, it's roadkill. I did right click that and it didn't work. Maybe it was because it was a different level of ground. So. Yeah, it was a sniper.
What?
Anything else up here? That's now I don't need. Right, is that all the locations then? Because as we said, that one we can't do till much later in the game, and this one, by the look of it, seems to be one you can't actually get from here unless, again, it's an airport type one, or it's somewhere else that like appears later in the game. Where's my car? Oh, it's on top. Right, before I end the stream, because obviously one of these locations I couldn't do, I'm just going to have a quick drive again, just south, and then go along the border of the map here, just to see in case there's more like kind of hidden things, you know, on that border, like there was in the other place. Yeah, so I'm officially off the map here. Interestingly though, I'm off the map here and it's not saying you've left the map. I'm guessing, again, it's because of the fact that there's either hidden stuff here they want you to sort of find if you look long enough. Or like some other weird reason. Right, I guess that's definitely the edge of the map there because of the fact there's cliffs and obviously all that stuff. So let's just drive along here and see if anything pops up. Because I have watched some videos on this and there are quite a lot of hidden areas that don't show up on the map. You know, where you can 100% the game but you still not found everything because there's areas that are on purposely hidden that won't show up in the game stats. You can see the pipe there, where the just to get it up. Oh, skid in the car. That's the pipe where we drove the car out of earlier, where the cave connects to it. Right, it says there's currently 0 people watching, so I don't know if that's true or not. But I might as well end the stream when I said I was going to end it. Cool. That's what happens when you look at the chat rather than the stream. So was it before? It was around here, wasn't it? Oh yeah, so that's where the cave was I went into last time. Or was that the same cave? Hang on. It says there's a red car here, like an enemy car. Yeah, so is this the same cave I went into last time? Or is it a different one? Oh, that's breaking the map a bit there. Oh, I hope I'm not stuck here now. There's obviously something here. Okay, so there is something here. So right, whereabouts are we on the map? Just have a look. Okay, so I think this again is one of the bits where you connect the region from earlier in the game to the dunes. I might have already been in here, but from yeah, it's just because YouTube says there's currently 0 people on, so it's the weird thing. So even if you're like not got the tab open, it's just, you know, normally that still shows as a viewer. Yeah, so again, this is that same big kind of dungeon where the blizzards are, but Blizzards. Yeah, it's just that there's quite a few entrances to this one. See now, this isn't a ladder you have to kick down, this one, but that's because we're technically still on, although we got to it from the dunes, it was one where, yeah, see, we're in the same layer again. Because there's quite a few entrances to this one, but you can't get, as much as people have claimed otherwise, as far as I'm aware, you can't get from the early map to the dunes. You can get into lots of bits of this, but there's only one entrance from the dunes, you know, which you can then let yourself back in, if that makes sense. Where you kick the ladder down. All the rest of them are just ones that, like, one-way ones. Yeah, this, if I go far enough around here, this will link back to that bit we were at before. Yeah, that's probably the ladder we kicked down up there that leads all the way around that way. Yeah, it was, because yeah, that's the just the wall where you can't get out of that wall, but just looks like it should lead into the dunes, but doesn't. Unless, again, that's another entrance where you can maybe, unless it might just be a blank wall behind there. Like I said, I know there is maybe another way in, but again, you can't get out of here as far as I'm aware, back into the like other bit of the map until you've got to that bit and then open the bits up backwards. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Surprise, surprise, litter picker. Yeah, see, we're back here again where that car was, where we drove that out the pipe before. And that's why there's a red marker on the map, because it's this car, but you somehow see it through the ceiling. The only thing I'm sort of interested in is if we go back to that bit where we unlock the ladder, because then I think it's probably just a blank wall, but what I want to see, it's kind of funny how I keep saying I'll go off in a minute, I'm still playing this. That's nice of you, Stoic Jedi, but there's no real point, because like I said, I've got a fairly good size that fits me fine, so I wouldn't really have any use for it. That's the thing. You might as well sell it. Sell it and get yourself some money, and then, you know, buy something else with the money. Because I said, the thing is, I've already got one, so I don't need another. And the problem is, at the moment, I'll do the thing, you know, where I keep sort of doing the thing of getting stuff and then needing to clear out space. So what I want to see, if we leave this exit, which is when we kick the ladder down, is if I run this way, if there's another little entrance that I can open, or if that was just like a fake wall type thing to make the map look bigger than it actually is. No, sell it, because they're not that common, so I know it would perform pretty well. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame because you can probably get quite good money for that, and there's much cheaper riot helmets that, you know, are made to the same standards that you can use and abuse that you can find online. So again, it's a nice offer, but yeah, I'd feel bad for breaking like a quite newish Russian riot helmet like that, because they're not very common. Again, it's like it's built to the same standards, it's just a bit more comfortable than a lot of the British riot helmets, and there's loads of videos of those getting banged up. So yeah, in theory, that gateway would be under this bit of the map, wouldn't it? But it's probably just a fake one that you can't get into. So yeah, we're back here where we were before. Is this the bit we've already looked into here? Because there's another little chasm here. Oh, or is this that gate that we...
I'll repair it in no time.
Yeah, the problem is, Chumbucket, the car's flipped and it's in my way now. Can I... There we go. Yeah, so if I'm here... Is this the... Because it looks like there's a bridge behind there, but then how do I open this? Unless, again, it's just like a decoration thing to make this bit of the map look bigger than it actually is. So it might just be that there's some sort of... Yeah, it might just be that's like a fake wall again on this one. You know, so this is here, so it looks like it's a bigger area than it actually is, but then when you look through there, it's not, I'm sure if you had enough time, you could exploit your way over here, or just find some sort of no-click cheat, but... It's just trying to get the camera ready to see more than anything. Yeah, cheers, but yeah, if it's a good helmet you can make money from selling, just sell it and then buy yourself something you want, or like the correct size or whatever. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a fake wall. Anyway, I'll be off now, so thanks for watching everybody. It's been a 2-hour something stream tonight, hasn't it? That said, I don't know when I'll next be streaming. Just because I'm working a lot at the moment, but I'll see you all when I see you, and yeah, I'll try and get that last Warbook video done on Wednesday, but you know, once I've done that I don't really know what I'm doing yet. But yeah, have a good evening everybody, and like I said, the Mad Max game is well worth, so there's one buzzard enemy type I've not encountered yet apparently. But yeah, this is well worth getting this game if you've not got it, especially when it was a £5 the other week, but I think it's more than that now, isn't it? But for like £4 or £5 this is well worth getting. But yeah, see you all when I'm next on, and I'm just waiting for the game to close to close the stream, because I've not actually been clever and set a shortcut to end stream, so I need to go to OBS anyway, so that's